Welcome, folks, to AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys, right here in Arlington, Texas. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, LSU Tigers, taking on the 14th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Curtis. Kirk, let's get right to the action. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. Looking to scramble. First play taken, a deep shot. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Tackle made after a short return, but the pick ends that threat.
For the first play of the game, the defense comes up with a turnover. Good job of mixing up their coverages, showing one look, going to another. I think they confused the quarterback. He puts it right into coverage, and they're able to capitalize.
Shotgun, it's a handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. They don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he...
Looking deep down the right side. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there, but now it's 3rd down.
That ball just seemed to sail on him. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you can knock it.
Swarm with a pass rush. A sack.
That is outstanding defense to be able to leverage this quarterback. That is a tough thing to do. This guy's as fleet-footed as any quarterback in the country, and to be able to bring him down for a loss like that is a major accomplishment.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team. that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. With the catch, it's Anderson. You make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. That's good timing when the receiver makes the catch and then has some room to run.
Yeah, anytime you're going to run a route like this, you know who needs to get a lot of credit is the offensive line. Because this play takes some time for the receiver to work his way across the field on that drag route. And the quarterback that time had enough time to be able to navigate the coverage and make the accurate throw. Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing their running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Grab near the sticks. It's Anderson. The tackle is made. The offense is now set up with a 1st and goal from the 8. The offense knocking on the door with a 1st and goal. In the red area, it's Durham. The Sophomore able to bring him down quickly. Second down and goal upcoming. To throw, it's Nussmeier. The pocket breaking down. That's just thrown away. I don't think he's going to get away with that. Yeah, here comes the flag. 3rd down and goal for the offense. It's a bootleg looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion.
Great job here by the defense. 3rd down and long. You drop back in coverage, keep everything in front of you, force that quarterback to have to check the ball down, and then you rally to the football to force this 4th down. Great job here by the D.
The field goal is good. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. The first play of the drive now for the 25. First play of the drive, they look to the right. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Wideouts now clustered. That's reeled in. It's Williams. And it's out of bounds after a decent gain.
Any good offense has to have a reliable, quick to intermediate passing game. Even though that wasn't enough for the 1st down, it's plays like this that help you sustain drives and not get stuck with 3rd down and long.
On the run, it's Miller. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Looking to throw. It's Simpson. Gets hauled in here over the middle. Looks like Alabama will have the 1st down.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another 1st down for this offense.
Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop him. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Defense is coming after him. Oh, they trap him for a sack. It's LSU on top as we take a break for the quarter. Let's check out the stats now for the opening period. Plenty of time for some plot twists here as we begin the 2nd quarter. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this 3rd down. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. And he'll drop back here on third down. Caught over the middle. It's Cuevas. He's brought down, but the game moves the ball to the 39.
Well, trailing in the game like this, the offense really needed this conversion, and they got it. Let's see if they can build on some momentum after that.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
The offense 2 for 2 on third downs in this drive, but this will be tough. It's third and long. To throw, it's Simpson. That's reeled in. It's Young. Powering through the defender. And they convert on third. Football at the 20 now. First down in the red zone.
Oh, my gosh. What a great play by the offense. And on the other side, how frustrating for this defense. They had everybody covered downfield. The quarterback looks like he's almost giving up on the play. Checks it down to the running back. And how about the back, what he does with the ball in his hands after the catch? Picks up the first down.
The pass is caught. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
The quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Makes the grab. Can he get there? Finds into the end zone. Touchdown. Crimson Tide. No surprise there, Kirk. It's a red zone touchdown to the big tight end.
Well, the tight ends are usually much more involved down in the red zone because of their size, and their skill set allows them to be more effective down in this area. Now, they may not hurt you on the big, long throw, but they can use their bodies to provide the quarterback a nice target when the defense is so condensed.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. So the first play of the drive coming up here. Under 3 minutes to play before half. On the run, it's Durham.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Grab down the middle. It's Anderson. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. It's the 2-minute timeout of what's been a really competitive game so far. Let's see if the offense can take the lead before the break. A completion good for a first down. The offense working with a new set of downs here. Dropping back. It's Nussmeier. Looking for his back. That's caught. It's Durham. They bring him down, but it's a big gainer for the 47.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. On the move now. He's going to take off. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Grab near the sticks. It's Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Simple throw, all the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football. He makes a catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch. And this defense just unable to corral him.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Kick travels out of bounds, and the penalty moves the ball to the 40. Looking for a gap. It's Miller. Brought down, but the game moves the ball all the way to the plus 42.
Chris, the thing that I love about this play is the running back showing great patience and then the vision to find that hole and then accelerate through it for a nice gain.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. Ball handed off. And they try the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Second down after that previous play. Back to pass. It's Simpson. Running out of time in the pocket. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
After the incompletion, they'll have to try to convert here on 3rd and 9. Drop him back. We're going to throw for the first down. Sure hands. It's Miller. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. One team stays on the sideline. Offense going for it on 4th down. He's looking to throw. But it's incomplete. The defense makes a 4th down stop.
Oh, my gosh, a drop pass here on this 4th down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do is catch it, and it's a 1st down, and he drops it. This one could come back to haunt him.
He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. See what the call is on 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
Pass rush closing in. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Man, you gotta love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
What will the call be on 3rd and long now from the 44? Back to pass. It's Nussmeier. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the 3rd down pressure works. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. Here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Looking for a man deep down the left side. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time.
Chris, if you're going to make that throw, that's called a two ball. That means it's got to be on a line. Here he puts it way up in the air and allows the defender to come over and make a play on the ball. Great job by the defense.
First down, looking to throw the ball. Looking for a man deep on the right side. And the pass is incomplete. We're down to just 4 seconds remaining.
If it hasn't been made abundantly clear by now, they want to get the ball downfield to this guy. That was almost his second touchdown alone here in the first half.
There's like one more play here before halftime. Someone moved this a bit too early, and it cost him 5 yards. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Offense getting set. It's second down. From the gun, he looks for an open man. He's running out of time here. There's contact on the throw. Kick it off to begin the second half. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. First play of the second half is a handoff. The gain moves the ball to the 34.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Back to throw. It's Simpson. That's the running back who makes the catch across the middle. They tackle him, but not before he makes it to 45. A solid gain.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up on the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
They keep him off bounds with a run. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Great offenses are able to stay ahead of the chains, and runs like that on first down are exactly what I'm talking about. Now you have a lot that you can call here on this second down.
That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Offense switches it up here, looking to throw the ball now. Caught over the middle. It's Cuevas. That's a solid gain. Moves the football inside the 30 and a first down.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Contact as he threw it. Pass is incomplete. The defense affecting the quarterback with pressure there.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
After the incompletion, they'll have to try to convert here on 3rd and 9. Looking to pass. It's Simpson. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over, and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
Trying for a 4th down completion. Makes the grab. It's Williams. He runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
I thought the defense did a pretty good job here on this fourth down, but how about the quarterback? Throws an absolute laser to get that one in there for the first down.
Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Looking to throw it again. Grab down the middle. It's Cuevas. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball down to the 4. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Looking to pass here on second down. Grab behind the line. It's Miller. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
It's tough to play defense inside the 5-yard line. They're spread all over the field. They do a good job of pressuring, but more importantly, they keep the receiver short of the goal line.
Going to throw for it on 3rd and goal. He escapes the pocket. Touchdown tie. And they jump on top here in the second half. Can you say methodical? Marathon march, Kirk, just pounding away and wearing down that defense.
They just kept moving the sticks and moving the sticks until they got into the red zone, and they just kept moving the sticks until they got into the end zone. What a drive.
The extra point makes it a 4-point game. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Back to throw. It's Nussmeier. And it falls incomplete. The defensive pressure hurried the throw that time.
From the snap of the ball, it looked like he knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. But the guy just had him blanketed, and he still tried to get the ball squeezed in there. He's got to do a better job of working through his progressions to find that open man.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. Moves out of the pocket. It's going to be incomplete, trying to make something happen on the run, but nobody open.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
4th and 10 after 3 straight incompletions. Can they connect this time? And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. 4th and 10 after 3 straight incompletions. Can they connect this time? Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Fires it to the wideout. And he can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on 4th down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that first down marker is and run that route a yard or two beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the first down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play.
Man-to-man coverage, you run the drag route, you prefer to get the ball downfield, but the matchup called for at least some positive yards underneath, and he makes a nice throw.
They'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of play. So Alabama will take the lead into the quarter break here. We've reached the end of 3. Time is running out to cut into the lead. Let's take a look at the game sets before we move on. 1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. And the wideout goes in motion. Off an RPO, the quarterback looks to his right. Touchdown! Wow. This offense really clicking. Well, no surprise for an offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
Extra point is up and good, so the lead now is 11 here in the final quarter. Bringing it out, it's Thomas. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. The last time they went forward on fourth down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. And flings it out of bounds, and the pass rush closing in. Here's the second down play. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Makes the catch. It's Anderson. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
It's a nice completion there, Chris. And this possession at this point in the game is critical for them. They've got to focus on putting points on the board.
A deep shot to the right. This one is dropped. My goodness, he was wide open. Would have been a huge gain. Second down play coming up. Looking to throw yet again. And this pass is caught. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Had been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
This LSU offense is moving quickly down the field. Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. Looking to scramble. Escapes the pocket. Breaks loose at the 40. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big game for this offense.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Grabbed by the receiver. And he's run out after a big gain. The offense will be set up with a first down and goal.
Now the offense is taking advantage of the defense kind of sitting back with this lead. That's back-to-back plays of big yards. You know, it's a bend but don't break mentality from this defense, but they might want to reevaluate because this offense is moving the ball too quickly down the field.
And he gets in for the score. Touchdown, LSU.
Man, I love running backs that can hurt you on the ground and through the air. The defense this time just underestimates his ability to catch the ball, and then the speed afterwards, and it's a touchdown.
On the move now. And it's incomplete that time, just out of reach of the receiver. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. Gets across the 25-yard line. They'll spot it at the 27. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. They start with an RPO. Quick pass to the right. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Chewing clock with the running game. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Well, this is a huge third down coming up here, and here's where that chess match comes to head. And for the defense, they desperately need to make a play if they believe they have any chance of coming back to win this game.
To the air, it's Simpson. It's a short completion to the big tight end. Looks like Alabama will have the first down. We'll head with a 2-minute timeout as this offense tries to work the clock and preserve this lead. Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. Oh, and it's incomplete. What an opportunity for a desperately needed takeaway. Couldn't quite come up with it. Time winding down. This offense comes to the line trying to bleed out the clock. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. And it's intercepted, a crushing play. Not much on the return, but they'll set up the offense at their 35.
Oh, man, this is the kind of mistake people can lose their jobs over. You just can't throw a pick with a one-score lead in under 2 minutes to go.
The sure hands, it's Durham. Defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play.
Well, the offense has done a nice job of moving themselves down in this area to give themselves a chance. Man, the quarterback's got to continue to make good decisions and not put the ball in harm's way.
That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down.
Now that's going to bring up a critical third down here as we're late into this football game in a drive where they need points. This quarterback's got to take control of this huddle, make sure everybody's on the same page. You have multiple plays that you could go to, whether it's a run or a pass, but you've got to come up with a first down.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Caught over the middle. It's sharp. They bring it down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength.
Boy, the quarterback looks so confident there with this throw. Good job up front with the offensive line protecting on a pivotal third down. And anytime you're trailing in a game, you want to be able to convert. So good job by this offense.
And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that line.
Trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. First at the sideline, steps out after a short gain.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
Tight game. Final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Makes the grab on the move. Touchdown, LSU. They jump on top here in the final minute.
That is just an outstanding job by this quarterback with the game on the line. He finds the matchup with his go-to receiver, makes a perfect throw here to the receiver, and they score late to take the lead.
The offense will set up now for the two-point conversion, trying to extend the lead to 3 points. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Caught quickly. And he stopped short. The defense makes a play, and now in the fourth quarter, it's still a one-point game. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start with the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. First down, looking to throw the football. He escapes the pocket. Looking for a late deep shot. Oh, and he could not hold on. Would have been a huge gain.
You know, they don't hit this downfield, but it gives you an idea of how much pressure this quarterback can put on this defense. They've got to cover all these receivers, worry about the running game, try to pressure the quarterback, and then deal with him when he breaks out and scrambles like that. He's a threat to run or throw.
And it's hauled in way downfield. They finally bring him down, but what an explosive play that time.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
So the big chunk play has the offense already in field goal range with a fresh set of downs. Wow, a third pick tonight by the QB. And the defense is going to win.
Good game, bro. I ain't mean to hype. I was trying to hype the ball, bro. Good game.
Secure the W by just kneeling down.
Well, that defender deserves the game ball for that game-sealing play. Now, all there is to do is run out the clock and walk out of here with a W.
Here's the first play of the drive now, set up with the 24. Looking to pass. It's Nussmeier. Taking a deep shot here to the right. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. And the defense is going to win this game, crushing any chance of a comeback. Now they can secure the W by just kneeling down. They had some high hopes coming into this game. They practiced well, prepared well, they were optimistic, but things just did not work out, and that's a tough loss.
Yeah, their opponent just made more plays than they did, plain and simple. But there's a lot to learn from losses like this, and the smart coaches know how to use them to motivate their team moving forward.
And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.